Well, good morning, everyone. This is a Saturday morning flea market find, and I saw this sitting out, and I thought it was actually a whole projector inside, but it's just a speaker cabinet. I almost didn't even ask the guy about it because I don't know. To me, this is a really cool find, and I thought it was going to be he was going to ask like $50 for it, which I wouldn't have spent that much on it. So I asked him what did he want, and he was kind of asked me to make an offer, and I didn't say anything. And then he said, "How about $5?" And I was like, I couldn't believe it. So I don't know if it works or not. I didn't do anything with it yet. I just brought it home. And before, there's a lot of sawdust inside. I did open it up and see. And there's a cable that looks like it would hook into a guitar cabinet, amp. And there's that weird thing. I don't know. I'll have to look through this, but there's also a cable here that hooks to the speakers, which I'll probably just wire it differently if it works. But I'm going to run my Fender Greta little amp head on this before I even clean it, just to see if it works. So I'll plug it in and see. Actually, I'm going to have a little bit of a change of plans. I thought this plugged in to the speaker and then went to this, but it looks like these are, I'm not sure. I got to take this tape off of here. This is not original. I'm not sure how this works. So, and then this little RCA type thing is all disconnected, and it's really dry kind of. And so let me take the speaker out and I'll see if I can how I can hook it up. Also, with the speaker out, I'll be able to kind of blow this out better. The cabinet that blow out all this dust without worrying about damaging the speaker. Because it looks like he was using it in his shop, and there's a lot of sawdust in there. There are some mouse droppings in there too, I think. But that's what you get when you buy stuff like this. Looks to be in good shape. Alright, let me get this out of the way. Alright, so I have this little Guitar Kit World Les Paul Jr. and I'm going to have the speaker just hooked up to the Fender Greta head before I put it in the cabinet, just to test it out. And I just used this one as the positive for my jack because I didn't go into testing or looking into it any further, just because all the speakers that I have lying around here, this side is the positive. I know that's not scientific or whatever, but let's see. So this is a Fender Greta amp, Pawn Shop series. This I just got a few weeks ago. And I was looking for a speaker to build a cabinet to, use this for, and I even painted another amp. But things just seem to come to me if I'm patient and I wait. Like this, I've always wanted a tube amp, and I know this is not the greatest thing, but it's a tube amp, and I wanted a speaker cabinet for it, so now I have this. So I'm going to see how it works. I have it hooked to the speaker out, I think it's called. Yeah, it's hooked to the external speaker jack. So it sounds pretty decent for what it is. There is one thing that I noticed that maybe somebody that knows more about speakers can let me know. It is a 12-inch, 16 ohms I think, and I think I read that it was a Jensen speaker originally. I'm not sure. I did just get this today and I didn't really even research it yet. But I got so excited I wanted to get it working. So, the one thing I noticed, actually it's not doing it right now. I did tighten up the speaker a little bit. There was like a little bit of a vibration on the low E. I'm not sure if it's, I can't hear it right now. But anyway, this is the Fender Greta amp that's, I think, 3. Is it? I'm not sure actually, but the amp speaker is not working. It's not on right now. I can play it without. This will be just the Greta speaker up top there. And what happens with this amp, usually I just have to turn it on just a little bit. If you turn it up any louder, it's just kind of like muddy and it doesn't really sound that good. So usually when I use just this, I keep it down low. So this, I just have it plugged into the external speaker. So this one is not on right now, but this one is working. So let's see. Pickup with it turned up a little bit more. Let's see if the rattle comes back. I mean, I don't want to burn it. I don't want to blow it out, so I appreciated this anyway. When I bought this, I appreciated this for the case. I didn't even know there was going to be a speaker in it or not. To me, the value was at least $50, and I got it for $5. And a couple hours later, I have it hooked up to my amp and working. And I told the guy how much I appreciated him selling this to me and for that price. So I do hear a little bit of a crackle, so I'll fiddle with that and see if it's something that can just be tightened. I do tend to play around here in the house at lower volumes because I have 4 kids and a wife, and they're not always appreciative of my guitar playing, because it's a very small house too. And there's always somebody either practicing singing or piano or in this guitar, so there's a lot of noise around here. It's kind of why I like this. Besides, it has the name of one of my daughters on it, and I didn't even know this existed until a few weeks ago. I got this for a really good deal, and it's worth 3 times what I paid for it. And just a really good combination. You see that they're kind of the same shape, and if you notice, if you follow me for a long time, you know that I mess with just about everything, and my current trend is not to mess with everything. This I'm not touching. I'm leaving it just as it came, stock, unless something goes wrong with it. This I'm not touching. Probably last year or year before, I might have been tempted to paint this one of my favorite color, blues, which you can see back on the wall on that sign there. That kind of color, or you know, just something different. But to me, this looks like old school Hollywood. This beautiful kind of burgundy color here, and you'll notice I did put some the wet towel on here with the soap and water, but I was very gentle, and I put my hand behind, and I was supporting it as I scrubbed. This cover here has a few little paint marks still on it that I got a couple off. I was tempted to put some boiled linseed oil on this just to kind of rejuvenate it. If anybody has opinions on this, let me know. This is not Tolex. This is some kind of, it almost looks like a rhino lining, what we would have today for in the back of a pickup truck. It's very hard and sturdy, and it's wood underneath. And the output jack, there was a hole in the back for something, I don't know what. I had to use like a little, kind of like a spade bit because the plywood is so thick. I had to make a circle with the spade bit for it, so I could put the jack into the back. The plywood was way too thick for it to hold, so to fit. So let me see. I'll show that real quick. So here's the jack. There was already a hole there. I just had to make it a little larger, and but this plywood is so thick that I had to use one of these types of drill bits to just make it so I could fit it into there, because the jack wasn't long enough to fit. And then I just had the wires long enough so that I can open and close the cabinet.